Let's go ahead and disassemble all of the factory brakes on this vehicle. And what I've learned for installing our Wilwood disc brake kit that's using the MC4 parking brake caliper, the easiest thing is to actually also take the knuckle off of the car. You need to get to the back side of the 4 bolts that hold the hub on. Once that's all done, we'll go ahead and get the rear brakes installed. Okay, you can see that we've got the rear knuckle disassembled from the vehicle. But what we need to do now is clean our mating surfaces, because our MC4 parking brake caliper is going to mount to this face of the hub and onto the spindle back here. So we need to clean this face and this face of the hub before we install our bracket. We also are not going to be using the factory dust shield or the tin assembly that was between the two of them. Okay, so the knuckle on the passenger side mounts onto the car just like this. We know that the caliper for the parking brake, it's called the MC4, is going to mount to the backside on the knuckle. So we're going to lay our knuckle back down and we're going to put our bracket in place with the machined side up. You can see one side is flat, one side is machined. The machined side is going to come flat to the face of the knuckle, and our hub is going to sandwich between the knuckle and the factory hub assembly. Once we have them mocked up, take that assembly and flip it upside down. Now we can line up our 4 mounting bolts, and we've given you longer bolts than the stock ones, so make sure that you use those. Red Loctite them and torque them to the specifications and the installation sheet. We're going to go ahead and reinstall the knuckle assembly with the bracket, then we'll get into installing our brake kit. Okay, we've got our MC4 caliper bracket installed between the knuckle and the hub, and we've got our knuckle reassembled onto the vehicle. We're going to be ready to install our brake kit, but I need to make note of one thing that is very important. This brake kit with the MC4 caliper will only work with a one-sided upper control arm. It will not work with the stock or an aftermarket 2-sided arm, because where the mechanism is for the parking brake cable, it won't actuate properly. So make sure that before you install your brake kit, you know that you need to use a single-sided arm, and it has to be the one that's going to the front side of the coilover. Okay, so now we've got the MC4 flat caliper bracket sandwiched between our knuckle and our factory hub assembly. We're going to be ready to start doing the install of the brake kit now. And we're going to start by cleaning all of our mating surfaces where the hat rotor is going to slide over the factory hub and where the caliper bracket is going to bolt to the knuckle. Let's get started by mounting our radial mount bracket to the knuckle. We'll want to install the provided hardware using only one shim for now. Tighten this bracket onto the knuckle by hand, and don't Loctite yet, because we don't know if we're going to need to shim the bracket to center the caliper once the rotor is installed. Once the radial mount bracket is installed, hand tight, because again, we may need to shim this bracket left to right. We're going to go ahead and get our hat to rotor assembly put together and fit it to the car. What we want to make sure is we've got the hat facing down, and the rotor on the flat side is going to bolt to the front side of the hat. Once you've got them in place, we want to use a dab of red Loctite, which will help us secure our hat to rotor bolts. We'll install and tighten these 12 bolts in a cross pattern. Once we have all of our 12 bolts hand tight, we're going to go ahead and set our torque wrench to the specification, which is listed in your installation sheet, and do a cross pattern to tighten them. Once we have our hat and rotor bolted together and torqued down to the specifications that are listed in your install sheet, you want to go ahead and mount the hat rotor assembly up to the rear hub. Make sure that it's completely flush up against the face of the hub, and secure 3 of your lug nuts. In this case, we're using some spacers because our lug nuts aren't deep enough to hold the hat rotor assembly in place while we finish the installation. Once the assembly is in place, turn it back and forth and make sure that nothing is interfering between the hat rotor assembly and anything on the vehicle. In this case, we're in good shape. Okay, for this kit, the installation sheet says to start with 1 radial mount shim height for your upper and lower studs. So we'll install those, then we'll take our 4-piston caliper and place it over the rotor and onto our radial mount studs. After that, we'll take our 2 hardened washers and install them on the top of the radial mount and our 2 nuts and secure them in place hand tight. Now that we've got the caliper mounted without the brake pads, we're going to do that check again and make sure that nothing is interfering. And in this case, we're in good shape. We're ready to disassemble our bridge tube assembly and load our brake pads. Make sure that the friction material is facing the inside and outside of the rotor. And in this case, the pad is too tight to the face of the rotor, so we know that we're going to need to shim the caliper this way. We'll go ahead and add one more shim between our knuckle and our radial mount bracket and try this again. Okay, so we went ahead and dismounted our caliper, we dismounted our hat rotor assembly, and added another shim to the radial mount bracket to move it outboard. That will give us more room for this outboard pad and less room for the inboard pad. You'll find on some older cars, those things have to be altered or changed sometimes. Their tolerances aren't as tight as they are new cars. So let's go ahead and add our brake pads. Again, friction material facing the rotor. Now that we've got our brake pads installed, we want to make sure that our caliper is centered over the middle of the rotor and we have the same amount of distance or spacing on the inboard to the outboard. The other thing we want to check is the height of the brake pad to the outer diameter of the rotor. We want to be flush or just a little over. The last thing we want to check is to make sure that our hat rotor assembly is still moving freely. And in this case, you can see it is. Go ahead and install your bridge tube assembly and tighten it by hand. Let's go ahead and install our steel braided line kit. First thing we're going to do is apply Teflon tape to our caliper inlet fitting on the 1/8 inch pipe side. Take off your decal that shows where the caliper inlet fitting goes and install your fitting. Once you have your fitting in place, install one end of your steel braided line kit. On the other side of your steel braided line, install your chassis fitting hand tight. This is going to be where your hard line comes into the steel braided line kit. Okay, now that we've got the kit installed, we're going to go ahead and bleed the brakes. And once we get it on the ground, we're going to go and drive it and bed the brakes in per the instructions that come in your kit. So at this point, what I like to do is get my hardware ready. I get my washers set onto my bolts, and I make sure that I have my black small spacers ready to be installed. You'll see where these go. I'll take the caliper, pull the pads apart, and slide it over the rotor assembly. Once it's over the rotor assembly, you'll notice that there's a small gap here. That's where our spacer is going to go. So I'll insert one of my bolt assemblies and place the spacer in between the caliper's bracket and the flat bracket we have already installed on the knuckle. Tighten these hand tight with your socket wrench. Okay, now that we've got our radial mount caliper in place, and we also have our MC4 parking brake caliper in place, we're going to go ahead and check again and make sure that nothing is interfering or hanging up. And as you can see, we have no interference and no problems. So what we're going to get into is applying Loctite and torquing all of our caliper to bracket bolts and our radial mount nuts. Now that we have everything torqued and in place, we'll give it one last check to make sure that we have no interference or rubbing. And again, you can see there's no issues. We've got our rear brake kit installed on this car. What I want to make sure is that everybody understands that you have to use a single-sided, forward-mounted upper control arm for the MC4 parking brake caliper to work properly. Because there are so many different chassis versus brake kits that Wilwood offers, you need to make sure that you get the appropriate cable kit. Once you have that kit, there's a link below that's going to show you exactly how to install the cable kit to the chassis that you've purchased the kit for. If you have any questions, get a hold of us at wilwood.com or our phone number at 805-388-1188.